Hello everybody! Welcome back to Stan's Garage, bringing you everything you need to know for effective business IT management. So have you ever heard of security awareness training? Sounds simple enough, right? But what is it really? Well, for starters, there's no better defense against cyber attacks than a well-informed workforce, and that's what security awareness training aims to give you. So, the threat of cyber attack is something that us IT and security professionals deal with on a daily basis. And there is a very wide array of different security solutions available to help firms detect and prevent those attacks. As a result, your staff continues to be the weakest link in the chain, even with all of those latest and greatest security tools in place. So phishing is still one of the most prevalent methods of starting a cyber attack, and has been for some time. And why is that, you ask? Well, email and web-based scams are popular for a number of reasons, a lot of which includes a lack of understanding and accountability on the part of the victims, those victims being your staff, right? So in order to build a more secure environment, it's necessary to address all those shortcomings, and that's where security awareness training comes in. So security awareness training is an effective method of assisting your staff in becoming part of the solution rather than a growing part of the issue. So the purpose of security awareness training, and what are the benefits, right? So security awareness training, the staff are made aware of what a vital role they play in securing your organization's data and other critical assets, and they get the encouragement and empowerment to do so, right? Additionally, SAT teaches them how to spot dangerous content and how to avoid being a victim of social engineering and other scams which are used throughout the training course. Anyone that works for your company, from all the way at the top of the CIO, CEO, the entire C-suite, all the way down to the mailroom clerk, should be made aware of how cyber attacks are crafted and everything they can exploit being the victim of a cyber attack. Even your temps and contractors should be a part of these efforts. All these individuals have to work together to ensure that the data of your organization is kept as secure as feasibly possible. So, which organization should seek a security awareness training program? Well, employees in small and medium-sized businesses, as well as major corporations, really should be getting security awareness training, because security is just a concern across the board, especially now. When it comes to cyber attacks, small businesses are just as vulnerable as giant corporations, if not more so, because they typically don't have all the available resources of the big boys. Recent research found that 67% of small firms experienced a cyber attack in 2019. That's an increase from 61% the year prior. It's probably grown since then. Small enterprises that conduct services for larger organizations can have access to the assets of those larger organizations, which makes them much more attractive targets. It is generally agreed that the most successful security awareness training begins with either classroom-based training or online training. Online obviously being preferable these days with the work from home and hybrid workforce. And then you get supplemental periodic reminders to reinforce the lessons learned, typically via some kind of regularly scheduled training. Often a big part are fake phishing emails where a user will fall for them if they come in and then get redirected to a training portal, or if they pass, they also get good points for that. However, it's also important to remember that security awareness training is a constant process and not just a one-off event. You really need to hammer this stuff home, keep it fresh in everyone's mind, to keep everyone aware of the type of threats that they could face. Remember, it's not a one-time thing. It's like going to the gym one time, doing a couple of sit-ups, and thinking you're gonna come out looking like a fitness mom, right? So in order to have a successful security awareness program, you've gotta make sure everyone in your organization is aware of the risks the company confronts, as well as their own role and duty in contributing to your company's overall cyber defenses. In order to create your own security awareness training program, you'll require a number of materials and resources. First off, you're going to need people to champion the efforts, whether it's someone in the C-suite or other senior level managers, to help spread the word about the training program and urge the staff to include this type of training and not just glance over it. Many corporate projects will fail if it's not supported by leadership from the top down, as can be, pretty much any IT project if you don't get buy-in from anyone. All the necessary materials are going to get distributed to the employees, and the emphasis should be on seeing security as a pivotal part of your company's culture. So yeah, leadership has to buy in to make this kind of training program successful. It is also possible to design a sound security program without a lot of difficulty. There's a number of services out there that handle it, but many companies lack the internal resources to push it through. So this is where your third-party software as a service solutions, there's a number of them out there. We like Breach Secure Now, and it's worthwhile bringing those in and possibly a consultant to help you implement them. There are a number of companies that focus on nothing but this. As a managed IT service provider, we include security awareness training for clients on our higher tiers of service and ones who want to add it a la carte. You would typically have a number of existing templates with these kinds of programs that you would customize for your existing organization. Companies have plenty of these templates and pre-built courses. Again, modify it a little bit and it works great for organizations structured in any kind of way and of any size. And of course, they also analyze the results. If someone clicks a phishing link, you're going to know. They'll gamify it so your staff can compete with one another for who gets the higher security score. And maybe you tie some kind of reward like Starbucks gift cards or Amazon or whatever you might want to throw out there. So with that, it's also possible to go too far. The training gets a little stale, boring, too frequent. Well, that's a quick way to get your staff to just shrug this off and not really make the most of everything if the program's overly complicated, right? So by sending out regular alerts about security threats, well, yeah, that's something, but they might get numb to the message. Timing is important, and we try to make these things entertaining, at least when we deploy them. So finding that good balance between security messaging and corporate culture, that's what you kind of have to figure out, and you want to make sure your staff really buys it. And when new people come on board, they should be made aware of the security culture, get copies of your policies, sign off that they've received it and understand it, and know that they're going to get this training going forward, as well as their responsibility and roles in trying to see that all happen. So each quarter, kind of based on the results of phishing tests or something like that is typically the timing we go with. Then you kind of look at your results and you modify as needed. With a robust security awareness training program, your team is going to gain the knowledge to help prevent the most common sorts of phishing attempts and other commonplace information security concerns. So the frequency and severity of these events ever increasing, you're doing your business a major disservice by not having some kind of training program like this in place. So I'd love to hear more about the training programs you might have in place, or answer any questions you might have about them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.